As the crisis in Afghanistan continues to play out, a veteran in Lansing is thinking about a rather unusual group of Afghanis who are stranded and scared. KCTV5's Betsy Webster has the story of a group who gave Western soldiers hope when they returned home.
Thad Krasneski retired to Lansing after 22 years as an Army intelligence officer based in the Middle East. He returned from Afghanistan with a new family member and a deep connection to those who brought them together. When Krasneski sees images like this, he thinks about the 10-year-old girl named Dina who sold scarves outside the embassy, the families who'd invited him into their homes during his time in Afghanistan in 2012 and 2015.
What you find yourself doing is you find yourself standing up and walking closer to the TV, pausing and trying to zoom in and look at the faces and trying to see, do I recognize that person? Is that anybody I know?
One woman he grew close to was beheaded for her connection to Americans. And yes, he began to wonder what it was all for.
Sometimes you wind up in some dark places when you allow those feelings to start coming in. It helps to have something to anchor you.
That something, for him, was No Tail, the men in Kabul in 2015.
He would come and sit outside the barracks and howl every morning at 5 o'clock until I came downstairs.
He was determined to take No Tail back to the States with him. The group that made that happen is called Nowzad, founded by a British commando who returned to Kabul in 2007 to reunite stray animals with the service members they'd bonded with.
You get to this point where you realize you can't save everybody. And you're like, I got to do something, you know. Part of it's about saving the animal. Part of it is about saving a part of yourself. Because of the things that you see, the things that you do there.
We've got to get our team out of Afghanistan. I am not leaving them here.
Founder Penn Farthing and his staff are now stranded. That includes Afghan men and women he hired and trained in veterinary skills. The women in particular now worried about their future under Taliban rule. He won't leave without them.
He's trying to get his wife out, he's trying to get his staff out, and he's trying to get the animals out.
Krasneski knows they are no more important than the hundreds of others trying to evacuate, but he has to start somewhere. The people who brought him No Tail have secured a plane, but the holdup now, like for so many, is visas, signatures, bureaucracy.
It's like the government's been overthrown. You know, there is no Secretary of Tiddlywinks anymore. You know, and if there is, he's not going to sign your paperwork. So, you know, let's just fix it and figure it out later.
They've begun a campaign to pressure the British Prime Minister and MPs. You can follow their progress on Facebook. We'll have a link to that in this story on our website and app. In Lansing, Kansas, Betsy Webster, KCTV5 News.